Did you know that one man's words were so dangerous? The king had him strangled and burned alive. In 1536, William Tyndale was executed in Vilvoorde, Belgium. His crime? Translating the Bible into English. Sounds harmless, right? But back then, letting ordinary people read scripture was like handing them a loaded weapon. It threatened the entire power structure of the church and monarchy. Tyndale didn't just translate words. He cracked open centuries of control. But here's the twist. Tyndale's translation wasn't just accurate, it was revolutionary. He went straight to the original Greek and Hebrew texts, bypassing the Latin version used by the Catholic Church. Why does that matter? Because Latin kept the Bible locked behind a wall only priests could climb. Tyndale smashed that wall with ink and paper. And get this, over 80% of the King James Bible, published in 1611, is Tyndale's work, even though he was dead for 75 years. So the version millions of people still read today, it's basically Tyndale's ghost speaking through the pages. But why was the church so scared of English words? Because Tyndale didn't just translate, he chose words that challenged authority. Instead of church, he used congregation. Instead of priest, he used elder. Instead of charity, he used love. These weren't just vocabulary swaps, they were ideological bombs. They shifted power from institutions to individuals. So how did the authorities respond? They hunted him. Henry V, yes, the same king who had 6 wives, declared Tyndale a heretic. Tyndale fled England, dodging spies and betrayal for over a decade. He printed Bibles in Germany and smuggled them into England in barrels, sacks of flour, even inside shoes. Imagine risking your life just to sneak a book across the border. But betrayal came from a friend, Henry Phillips, who pretended to be a supporter. In 1535, Phillips lured Tyndale into a trap. Tyndale was arrested, imprisoned for over a year, and finally executed. His last words, "Lord, open the King of England's eyes." So did it work? 2 years later, in 1538, Henry VIII ordered that every church in England must have a Bible in English. Tyndale's dream came true, but only after his death. Now here's the wild part. Tyndale's fight wasn't just about religion, it was about language, access, and freedom. Today, we take it for granted that we can read anything we want. But back then, reading the Bible in your own language was a revolutionary act. So what does this mean for us now? Tyndale's story reminds us that language is power. Who controls the words controls the world. And every time you read something in your own language, you're living the legacy of a man who died to make that possible. So next time you open a book, ask yourself, who made it possible? And what did they risk to give you that freedom?